Okay, Mambo, my loves, Karibu Sana to my channel. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a content, but I've been very busy. I've been very busy with relocating, getting a few things together. So where have I been and what have I been up to and why did I leave Tanzania? So before we even get started, I want to say thank you so much to Tanzanians. Thank you so much to the diasporas that I met while I was in Tanzania. Thank you to the spirit of the land for ensuring that I was protected, I was cared for, I was loved throughout my journey there in Tanzania. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get right into the video. Why did I leave Tanzania? So the first reason why I left is just more so cultural differences. You know, as a West African, I started missing everything about West African culture. Just basic things from the food, missing jollof rice, just food and popcorn soup, lava sauce, just the things that I love. And then another cultural difference is in Tanzania, things like shea butter or African black soap, chocolate is not really a part of their culture, so you don't find those things easily. You have to literally go all the way out to Kariakoo Market all the time to be able to find just the basic things that you are looking for. So yes, the cultural differences made it a bit complex for me to consider staying in the country much longer than I did. And I also found myself spending a lot more trying to go to different places to be able to find what it is that I was looking for, what it is that I wanted to eat. Even oil, things like palm oil, bread oil is also not a part of Tanzania's culture. The second reason why I left Tanzania is pretty much so my mother, my parents wasn't very comfortable with the idea that I relocated to Africa, and instead of choosing a West African nation, I pretty much chose an East African nation that they weren't familiar with. For instance, my parents are more so familiar with Kenyan and Ugandan. Growing up, I had a close friends for years that was from Uganda, so they are more so exposed to those two East African nations. So my mother, for the longest, she thought that I did something in the US, and I ran to Tanzania and decided to start a YouTube channel discussing my journey in Africa instead of hiding. So she kept saying, "Mom B, tell me what really happened. Why are you in a people country?" And I'm just there like, "Mom, I didn't do anything." Like, I saw the changes coming, and you know, I just felt, you know, that it would make sense to relocate to Africa. And also, when I was trying to get my vaccines and stuff in the US, there was a lot of confusion when I was talking to different medical professionals. For instance, I know there are certain vaccines that are recommended versus required, but when you talk to some people, they kept making it seem like I needed 10 to 20 vaccines. I'm exaggerating it, but I mean, that's how they were making it sound. And I even reached out to some travel advisory agency, international travel advisory agency, and they were like, "Oh, these are all the list of vaccines and stuff you need." And so I said to myself, it would make sense, since I wasn't really comfortable, it would make sense to, you know, get my vaccines and stuff, like my yellow fever vaccines and stuff in Africa, instead of, you know, getting something put in me that, you know, I wasn't 100% sure of, or yeah. And yeah, so those were the two main reasons what I left. I mean, there wasn't any other reason. Another thing, one thing I want to touch on is the student visa and student visa slash permit. Okay, did I get my student visa? Did I wait long enough to receive my student visa slash permit? No, I did not. But other students, when I was still in Tanzania, other students were receiving their student visa. They were more so doing it like 2 or 3 students at a time. So when I didn't receive my student visa before I left, I was a little upset because I did put a lot of money. I did invest a lot of money, 600 into school, and then 200 to immigration process. So I was a little upset. I was just like, man, I didn't receive it. Upset. Okay, whatever. But one thing I've noticed is I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers, two main YouTubers on YouTube, talking about the whole student visa process and how it was a scam. But people are not really giving the ins and outs of what really happened. Okay, so from what I saw, from my perspective, what I saw with my own 2 eyes, okay, there was a lot of students that decided to take the student visa route. There was a lot of students from the diaspora that decided to take the student visa route instead of any other route, whether it's a business visa or any a residency permit. Yeah, there's a lot of people that decided to take the student visa route. What a lot of people are not saying is the fact that immigration came in and spoke to us. So let's say, for instance, when we started school, my class, it was about 3 to 4 of us online in my class. So we received a notice that from one of the managing directors that immigration wanted to meet the students, just to make sure we were in Tanzania, really looking to learn Kiswahili and so forth. So when we went to the school, it was at least 45 people at the school. It was a lot of people. People are not touching on that. It was a lot of people at the school. Immigration came in and chat with us a little bit, and it was a lot of, you know, representatives from immigration that came in. So people are not touching on that and making it seem like, oh yeah, the school just scammed us and, you know, they took our money and they ran. No, everything didn't start till immigration came in, because immigration saw the number of students that were applying for student visa. So yeah, they came in, they spoke with us, they got our documents, they spoke to 1 or 2 people and so forth, and then they went on by their business. And then from that point on, all the communication was coming in from the director, the directing manager of the school, one of the directing manager of the school, and then also our teachers. And then another thing people are not touching on is the fact that a lot of the students were also going to immigration by themselves, making inquiries to immigrations that they weren't supposed to, or the normal process is they're supposed to more so go through the school, and the school is supposed to go to immigration on our behalf. So I don't think, you know, in a long run, I don't think it was a scam. I just think that, like immigration said, that, you know, there was a lot of students that decided to take the student route, and they're not used to, you know, receiving that volume of students. For examples, I knew at least 10 to 15 other people that weren't at the school that day when immigration showed up. and there was at least about 40 to 45 of us that was at the school when immigration showed up. So you're looking at least 45 to 60 students, that were enrolled to receive the student visa or permit. So I just wanted to touch on that, because I'm seeing a lot of the YouTubers that were in Tanzania saying, oh, these scammers, this scammer, that. I mean, when we started the process, when we were going to school, everything was fine. Till immigration said, okay, we want to meet the students. And I went to immigration as well with a local Tanzania, just trying to inquire about when I was trying to go to Zanzibar, to make sure that if my visa and things expired, I was able to move around, in Zanzibar and stuff, just to make sure, I won't get arrested or I wasn't doing anything illegal. And they told us that, hey, everything is in process. The amount of students that are looking to get their student visa is a large volume of students, so it's still in process. There's a large backlog. About a month or so later, when the managing director, when everyone kept pressuring the managing director, and he was going back to the school, I'm sorry, not the school, he was going back to immigration to pretty much inquire on our behalf to see, get the status on the student visa. I went with him, and immigration also told him that, hey, everything is still in process. So I just want to touch on that, because I just see that people are saying that, hey, they scam us, they did this, they did that, but the whole story is not really being told, that immigration came in and interject the process that was going on. They wanted to see us, they wanted to know why was there so much students all at once trying to get a student loan visa. So I just mainly wanted to touch on that. So yeah, I was able to go to school with no problem. I was still going to school with no problem, planning to relocate to West Africa in the meantime. But other than that, I really want to say thank you to everybody that I met in Tanzania, and to all of the parasites that tried it. Okay, to all of the parasites that tried me, please tell me, which one of my ancestors did you meet? Which one did you meet with your parasitic selves? Okay, you would never win. You would never win. Okay, all right. But yeah, thank you so much, Tanzania. Like I said, thank you for opening your arms up to me, letting me stay on the land. Thank you for making sure I was protected at all time. Thank you to all the Tanzanians that I met, hanging there. I know you guys are tough. Keep that love energy going, and thank you to all the brothers and sisters from the diasporas that I met, that I was able to connect with. Thank you to one brother in particular, somebody fine, tall son. Man business. Thank you for all of your connections, ensuring that everything I needed assistance with, I was able to receive that assistance. But yeah, I am in West Africa, and I've been here almost for 3 months now. Please comment down below and let me know what country you think I am in, okay, currently. But other than that, quite hairy. Till next time, to the bloodline. Thank you so much.